So we are back with our traffic talk for the month of June. I'm Jeanne Ingersoll, the Director of Business Development for ShopperTrack Analytics for North America, and I am joined yet again by my wonderful buddy, Mr. Grant Gustafson, our Head of Retail Consulting for ShopperTrack Analytics North America. Grant, this is my favorite time every single month when I get to spend some time with you to talk some details on traffic.
It's always a good time, and you know what? The weather is finally starting to get a little bit warmer here in Chicago, so
Yes,
things are heating up.
we're feeling good. We're feeling good. Well, speaking of that, and speaking of things heating up, retail traffic counting, I think arguably just for the industry across the board, has been long overdue for some sort of shakeup. And we recently hosted our official launch webinar of our new technology solution, 𝐓𝐷𝐷 AI. It is incredibly exciting. It's leading the charge in many, many ways. And in the next couple of minutes, Grant and I are going to be breaking down how specific technology, what we're going to be talking about as 𝐓𝐷𝐷 really is driving this change. We'll go over what it is, how these AI-driven insights are really going to be formulating a monumental shift for retailers within their stores and retail venues, and quite frankly, how ShopperTrack Analytics is really redefining the future of retail intelligence, because staying where you're at right now or staying with some sort of solution that seems to be a little bit outdated is just no longer an option. So Grant, can you share with us what are a couple of the most compelling use cases that when we think of 𝐓𝐷𝐷, what are they? What are these metrics? What is 𝐓𝐷𝐷? Why does it matter? And how is it going to help change the game for retailers?
Yeah, absolutely. So, one thing that I love about retail is the fact that it's constantly evolving, right? Whether it's changing consumer preferences or innovation that's driving the next future of physical retail stores. Retailers are always evolving and adapting to shoppers' needs. Accuracy is really the foundation of any traffic counting solution. And 𝐓𝐷𝐷, it will enable us, the ability to accurately count not only just your perimeter traffic, but things like unique visits, employees, and measure the shopper journey with fewer devices than ever before. Really focusing on the areas of your store that really matter the most. We can identify employees based off physical attributes and behaviors without relying on any sort of enabling technology like wearables. And it doesn't utilize facial recognition. So we're ensuring that we're not capturing any sort of personal identifiable information. And in the very near future, we'll have the ability to measure employee and shopper engagements, unlocking new insights into the relationship between service and selling within your stores.
Awesome. Those are all incredibly compelling things for a variety of different reasons. And so to kind of add on to that, I want to share a few different examples specific to retail verticals and really the unique challenges that things like 𝐓𝐷𝐷 really help solve for. So specifically one that comes to mind, Grant, I know we've talked about this a bunch, are car dealerships, for example. So 𝐓𝐷𝐷 is going to help car dealerships by measuring visitor traffic, specifically distinguishing employees from customers and being able to track customer engagement, providing really precise conversion insights, because obviously when you go and buy a car, it's very different than when you go and buy a pair of jeans. So that is going to be able to provide some really specific support when it comes to trying to mitigate compliance in that regard. Another one is when you think of lifestyle centers or shopping malls, 𝐓𝐷𝐷's kind of AI-powered technology is really going to help shopping centers with precise visitor analytics as well. When you think of shoppers either passing through any of those anchor stores in a mall, or really when you want to understand dwell time, or like you had mentioned, customer journey and getting more visibility around what are shoppers actually doing within a specific area of a lifestyle center or a mall or a venue or a cultural center. And last but not least, department stores. Just department stores can be really big, they can be really complex. And so this solution is going to enable department stores to really understand visitor movement within the store and zone level usage, zone level dwell, and excluding employees from counts, as well as many other use cases that we may not have even uncovered yet. But we're very, very excited.
There really are so many new use cases that we'll begin to be able to explore here in the near future. And what's really great about 𝐓𝐷𝐷 AI is whether you have an existing traffic program or not, Re-ID is going to unlock a whole new evolution in the industry and enable a wide range of use cases, even in the most complex retail environments.
Yeah, absolutely. ShopperTrack started the industry a little over 30 years ago, and now we're revolutionizing it and we're leading that charge. It's really, really exciting to be a part of it. Awesome, Grant. Thank you for that. So as always, you can connect with Grant and I on LinkedIn. We also just released our most recent traffic tracker for the month of May. So be sure to follow the link to read the insights on that. And if you want more information on the webinar that we hosted last week, I believe there's a link to that webinar in that traffic tracker, which is actually perfect. You can also reach out to Grant or I individually. We're happy to have a one-on-one conversation to continue the discussions around Re-ID, share the link to the webinar with you. And you're going to want to check back in as well, as we're going to be prepping for back to school, and we're going to have some previews for that. We're also going to be providing some information for the upcoming holiday season, which is crazy to even think about, but our predictions that are obviously always wildly sought after are going to be here before we know it. So stay tuned. And until next time, Grant, it's always a pleasure.
Exciting times, Jeannie.